Have you ever walked through your own home and suddenly thought, this place wasn't built for someone like me now? Maybe the steps feel steeper than they used to. The light switch is just a little too far. The rug that never moved now somehow manages to trip you. It's not that you're weak. It's not that you're failing. It's just that your home, the one you've loved for years, wasn't designed with this chapter of life in mind. But here's the good news. Staying independent after 70 doesn't mean leaving the home you love. It means making it work for you. Because independence isn't just about health, it's about environment. It's about waking up each day and knowing your home supports your safety, your comfort, and your freedom to live without always depending on someone else. In this video, we're going to talk about 7 smart, simple modifications that can help you stay independent in your home, not just today, but for years to come. And don't worry, we're not talking about expensive renovations or turning your house into a hospital room. These are changes that make sense, feel natural, and quietly restore control to where it belongs, your hands. Let's start with the most important and the most often overlooked, better lighting. You might be thinking, lighting? That's just a bulb. But after 70, your eyes need more light to see clearly. Up to 3 times more, in fact. And dim lighting is one of the biggest causes of household accidents, especially falls. It's not just what you can't see. It's what you miss because you can't see. A step that blends into the floor. A shadow hiding the edge of a rug. A dim hallway that tricks your depth perception. The fix? Add motion sensor lights in hallways and bathrooms. Place stick-on LED lights in dark closets or under cabinets. And wherever possible, use daylight bulbs. Those bright white ones that mimic natural sunlight. The clearer you see, the safer and more confident you'll move through your space. Now, while we're talking about movement, let's address the silent menace in most homes, slippery surfaces, especially in the bathroom. It happens fast. A damp tile, a slightly misjudged step, and suddenly you're on the floor. Maybe injured, maybe stuck, maybe scared. One fall can change everything. And yet, it's so preventable. One of the smartest modifications you can make is adding grab bars in key locations. Think beside the toilet, inside the shower, and even near the bed. Not because you're frail, but because grab bars are like seatbelts. They're there to protect, not limit. You don't have to use them every time. But when you do need them, you'll be glad they're there. And while you're at it, consider a non-slip mat in the shower. Or even better, a zero-threshold walk-in shower that eliminates the step entirely. It's not just safer, it's easier. And easier means more freedom to take care of yourself, on your own terms. Let's head to the kitchen for a moment, where a surprising number of injuries and frustrations can happen. Reaching high cabinets, bending to low drawers, fumbling with heavy pots. These things used to be second nature. But over time, they become challenges that chip away at your sense of control. That's why the 3rd smart modification is reorganizing your home for reach. Move the things you use most, plates, cups, coffee mugs, daily meds, to waist or chest height. No more climbing stools. No more crouching down. No more straining your shoulder just to get a bowl. You don't need to change your whole kitchen, just the logic of it. Let your space serve you, not the other way around. And while we're thinking about logic, how about doors? Have you ever struggled with a stubborn doorknob? Twisting, gripping, turning. It's harder than it looks when your hands ache or your grip isn't what it used to be. And when that doorknob controls access to your bathroom, bedroom, or even your front door, that's more than annoying. That's limiting. Which is why our next smart change is simple but brilliant. Replace knobs with lever handles. Levers are easier to push, even with arthritis. You can use your palm, your elbow, even your forearm if your hands are full. It's a small change, but it can give you back a piece of your independence every time you open a door without strain. And speaking of control, let's take a moment to talk about something that's not physical at all, but can change your daily life in a huge way. Voice-activated technology. Now don't tune out. I know smart home can sound intimidating, but I promise it doesn't have to be. Devices like Alexa or Google Home can do amazing things with a single sentence. Turn on lights. Set reminders for medication. Call a loved one. Even play your favorite music or tell you the weather. You don't need to be tech savvy. You don't need to program anything. You just talk, and it listens. This kind of control gives you freedom. It's especially powerful if you live alone or want to, because now you can handle more from your chair, your bed, your kitchen, without needing to get up or ask someone else. That kind of quiet confidence that you can handle the little things without calling for help isn't just convenient, it's liberating. And after 70, anything that lets you keep your rhythm, your privacy, and your daily flow is worth its weight in gold. Let's continue that momentum with one of the simplest yet most overlooked modifications you can make: raising your seat height. Now, this might sound small, even silly, but have you ever tried getting up from a low couch or soft armchair and felt like you were stuck in quicksand? Maybe you had to rock back and forth a few times to get the momentum, or push yourself up with your arms and still feel a little wobbly once you were on your feet. That's not just frustrating, it's risky. The lower the seat, the more strength and coordination it takes to rise. And as we age, leg strength and balance become more precious than ever. So here's the fix. Place firm cushions on chairs to increase height, or swap out old furniture for seats that are higher, firmer, and offer armrests for support. You can even buy risers to gently lift your favorite chairs or sofa by a few inches. That little change makes standing up easier, smoother, and safer, and it preserves your autonomy. Because you're not stuck, you're moving. And while we're talking about furniture, let's not forget the bedroom. For many people, especially those who live alone, the bedroom becomes both sanctuary and potential hazard. Think about it. It's where you begin and end your day. And if you're not steady in those first few steps after waking, or if you need help in the middle of the night, that space needs to support you, without fail. That brings us to our sixth smart modification, a bedside safety setup. What does that mean? It means placing a sturdy lamp within arm's reach, ideally, one that turns on with a tap or voice command. It means installing a grab rail beside the bed or using a bed cane to assist with getting in and out. It means keeping a flashlight nearby in case of power outages and placing your most essential items, like your phone, glasses, or medication, within reach. These tiny adjustments eliminate the need to fumble in the dark or strain your body when it's most vulnerable. They give you peace of mind, especially when no one else is around. Because independence isn't just about movement. It's about feeling safe, even when you're alone. It's knowing that your environment isn't fighting you. It's backing you up. And that leads us to our final home modification, one that pulls all the others together: clear pathways and clutter-free zones. You'd be amazed how quickly a dropped shoe, a throw rug, or even a stack of newspapers can turn into a fall hazard. And it's not just about tripping. It's about the way clutter subtly blocks your freedom. It slows you down. It makes you cautious. It introduces hesitation into movements that should be effortless. The good news? You don't need to become a minimalist. Just be intentional. Walk through your home, literally, with fresh eyes. Look at every hallway, every doorway, every tight corner. Ask yourself, can I walk through this at night, in slippers, while holding something? If the answer is no, it's time to adjust. Remove rugs that slide. Tuck away cords. Reposition furniture to create wide, easy walkways, especially from the bedroom to the bathroom, where most nighttime falls happen. And remember, a clear home isn't just prettier, it's empowering. It gives you room to move, and the confidence to move without fear. So let's recap what we've really done here. We haven't just added light bulbs or changed out door handles. We've taken your home, the place where you should feel strongest, safest, and most free, and made it your ally. Every one of these modifications sends a powerful message. I'm still in charge here. And that's the real heart of independence, isn't it? It's not about doing everything alone. It's about choosing how you do it. It's about waking up each morning and knowing, this home fits me now. It supports who I am today, not who I used to be, and not who the world assumes I've become. So whether you're doing these modifications for yourself, your spouse, your parents, or even just planning ahead, remember this. These are not signs of weakness. They're signs of wisdom. They say, I value my freedom. I plan to protect it. And you absolutely should. Because your independence is not something you hold onto out of stubbornness. It's something you invest in, thoughtfully, intentionally, and with care. Kai ban sen som, chicken go A3, va toi si viet tip fan 3, kep lai han trenai bang emothong di dong vien, nak no nain hang, va mora nim tin rang tuoi ta kong goi han tu du. Chicken ban beat catch song kung no. Thoughtfully, intentionally, and with care. Because when you look around and realize your home isn't just where you live, but how you live, everything changes. Suddenly, small adjustments feel like bold decisions. You're not aging in place. You're taking charge of space that holds your life. And maybe, for the first time in a while, you feel yourself breathing easier, moving with more ease, feeling less tense, less hesitant, because the things that used to frustrate you, low chairs, dim lighting, slippery showers, don't hold you back anymore. And that feeling, that quiet return of confidence, that's independence in motion. And here's what I really want to emphasize. Modifying your home isn't just about preventing falls or adding convenience. It's about dignity. It's about honoring the fact that your needs have changed, not because you failed, but because you've lived. Because your body has carried you through decades of work, family, stress, love, and learning. It deserves a space that says, I respect you. I'll support you. Far too often, we wait until something bad happens before we make these changes. A trip to the ER, a scary fall, a close call in the bathroom. But you don't need to wait for a wake-up call. You can lead with wisdom. When you take action before there's a crisis, you stay in control. You make the changes on your terms. And that's the beauty of smart modifications. They don't take anything away. They give you more. More stability, more energy, more choice, more time living, less time recovering. Let me tell you a quick story. A gentleman I met, Jim, 74 years old, lived in the same home for 40 years. A proud, capable man who mowed his own lawn, fixed his own appliances, never asked for help. But in the last 2 years, he started falling behind. Literally. Slipped in the kitchen, struggled getting up from the couch, began skipping outings with friends. Not because he didn't want to go, but because getting ready, getting out the door, it all felt like too much. His daughter suggested making some changes around the house. At first, he resisted. I don't want to live in a hospital, he said. I'm not that old. But slowly, with small tweaks, grab bars, brighter lighting, risers on his recliner, things began to shift. Not just physically, but emotionally. He started smiling more, started moving more, started saying yes again. And one day, he looked up and said, you know what? This house finally fits me again. That's what it's all about. Not giving up, not giving in, but giving yourself permission to evolve and letting your home evolve with you. So if any part of you has been hesitating, if you've looked at your home and thought, it's fine, I can manage, I want to gently challenge you to ask, is managing really good enough? Because you deserve more than fine. You deserve comfort, safety, flow. You deserve a home that frees you to live on your terms, not one that makes you feel like a guest in your own life. And if you're thinking about cost, remember, many of these changes aren't expensive. A few well-placed lights, a $30 grab bar, a couple of floor risers, even a voice assistant you can grab on sale. These are low-cost investments with high-return freedom. And perhaps even more important, they're a message to yourself, to your family, to the people around you, that you are not fading. You are not done. You are adapting, adjusting, and still in the game. And that is strength. So as we wrap up this video, I want you to ask yourself, what's one change I can make this week that will help my home work better for me? Maybe it's lighting. Maybe it's clearing a pathway. Maybe it's finally ordering that lever handle you've been thinking about. Whatever it is, start small, but start. Because when you make your home safer, easier, and more responsive to your needs, you don't just protect your body, you protect your freedom. If this video helped you see your home and your independence in a new light, take a moment to hit that like button. It helps more people find content that supports their journey. And if you haven't yet, consider subscribing to our channel. Every week, we share tips, encouragement, and tools to help you stay strong, safe, and in control after 60. And before you go, I'd love to hear from you. What's one home modification that changed your life, or one you're thinking about trying? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Let's learn from each other. Let's build a space where independence is not a struggle, it's a choice. Because growing older doesn't mean losing freedom. It means learning how to guard it. And sometimes, all it takes is a smarter home. Here's to living boldly, comfortably, and confidently, right where you are, at any age.